It's May 1st, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a haunting image, frozen in time, a spy falling from the edge of space, and a conspiracy that ended at the Gallows. Let's begin. On May 1st, 1947, a 23-year-old woman named Evelyn McHale walked quietly to the observatory deck of the Empire State Building. The city moved below her, unaware, and moments later, she stepped forward and jumped. Just minutes after her fall, photography student Robert Wiles arrived at the scene. He took a photo that would soon appear in Life magazine. What followed would become one of the most haunting images ever captured, later known as the most beautiful suicide. It showed Evelyn resting on a crushed roof of a limousine, her body appearing almost peaceful and untouched, as if she was only sleeping. The truth behind the image was far darker. A fall from over 1,000 feet had caused devastating internal injuries. Hidden from view, in reality, was the aftermath of intense force. Nearby, investigators found a note she had left behind. In it, she spoke of deep personal struggles and made a final request that her body be handled quietly without attention. And instead, the image spread across the world. Years later, it would be used in art, including Andy Warhol, turning a private moment into something studied, debated, and remembered. Behind the photograph was a real person, a life paused in a single frame. Do you think this photo should have ever been published? On May 1st, 1960, high above the Soviet Union at the edge of space, a lone aircraft drifted silently, where almost nothing else could survive. Inside the aircraft was Francis Gary Powers, a man flying on a mission that officially did not exist. At nearly 70,000 feet, his Lockheed U-2 was untouchable, or so it seemed. Without warning, a missile strike. The aircraft was torn apart midair, wings snapped, and the sky itself turned violent. Powers was thrown into a spinning fall, pinned by the crushing force, unable to trigger the plane's self-destruction system. For a moment, there was no control. He managed to escape the wreckage. No clean exit, just a desperate fall through the open sky, and then his parachute opened. Somehow he survived. But his survival wasn't the end of the story. Hidden in his possession was a small silver coin, ordinary in appearance, but concealing a needle designed for one purpose, to ensure that he would never be captured alive. As he drifted towards the ground, he had made a choice. He didn't use it. Instead, he landed and was immediately taken into custody. What followed would unravel a global secret and push two superpowers closer to the edge. So what do you think? In his position, would have you used the coin? On May 1st, 1820, a crowd gathered outside Newgate Prison in London, waiting in silence. 5 men stood behind the walls, Arthur Thistlewood and his fellow conspirators, accused of plotting to assassinate the entire British cabinet. Their plan had been bold, almost impossible, and they would strike during dinner, kill powerful leaders in a single night, and ignite a revolution. But someone had already betrayed them. A government informant had been watching, listening, and waiting. When the conspirators gathered in a loft at Cato Street, expecting to begin their uprising, soldiers were already on their way. A raid was sudden and violent. Steel met steel in the darkness. The revolution ended before it began. Now, months later, the final act had arrived. One by one, the condemned men were led out of the crowd. The sentence was carried out slowly, deliberately, a punishment meant to be seen. Because their bodies were buried in secret, hidden beneath the prison itself, as if to erase them completely. History has a way of remembering what others try to bury, especially when the revolution almost began and died in the dark. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.